Alright, hello YouTube, this is Ahi. So, in this week's tutorial I'm going to make you some Waves GTR presets. Just check the session that I have here. So it's a session that has drums. Just, MIDI and stuff like that. And on the drums there is only the instrument itself and compressor which is on the parallel mode. Ghetto bass. Let's see how it sounds. And then double tracked rhythm guitars. And then the lead guitar. And then the clean guitars. Then the extra rhythm guitars. And then the mass guitars. And as you might have heard, they're not sounding very big by themselves, but let's turn on the master bass limiter and see how it sounds. I am using a ESP LTD EC1000, which is a Les Paul style guitar with EMG81 pickup on the bridge. So it's an active pickup. I designed the presets so that they will sound good if you use the same pickups. So if you have a EMG81 on the bridge, congratulations. Anyway, let's go through what we have. Here is the first one. It's called Bread and Butter Metal Rhythm, and it basically tells you what it is. It is a bread and butter rhythm guitar for metal music, like okay, so basically you are supposed to use mostly the lowest 3 or 4 strings depending on your guitar. Usually in drop tuning, like I'm not sure if it sounds better on tunings lower than drop C, but at least on drop C it sounds still very good. And let's see what we have. So it's a gate, and I have designed so that you adjust the input level so that when the gate opens it's loud enough. So if I have it here, it still opens. But basically all these are adjusted so that if the input opens on all of them, you have the input at OK level. So I have it that so that it's about touching the lead under the letter T on the word input. Okay, and all these sounds are meant to be mono. I have it routed on a monobus that is then going into a bus 1, which is then recorded to whatever channel is being recorded. And then the next one, we have a sustained clean picking, which should be pretty self-explanatory. So you just use the either fingers or a pick and just pick it away. Yeah, that kind of sound. And then the next one is supposed to be used with the bread and butter metal rhythm, which is the high gain lead guitar. And actually, if you just bypass the delay, you can use it as an alternative rhythm guitar and then just just lower the volume. Actually, I'll show you this one in context. So I have the guitar lead now turned on. And as you might have noticed, I have the output going to the red. So you should, lower it down here if it's going too loud. But I have compensated on the fader of the rec track. It's at -9. Okay, so let's try it. Yeah, something like that. So as you can hear, I made all these so that they work actually in context. If you see, there is no other plugins on there except a limiter on the bus. Okay, so the next sound. Here we have one that says strum chords a layer below for epic chorus. And I have double track them here, called Guitar Extra. You just do exactly what it says. And I have layer 2 of them below here as the Guitar Extra mass. And let's see how it sounds when I play it. You might be expecting something cool, but it's actually not. You just play it like, like you would play chords, like. And it just adds more volume and mass to your track. And it's not meant to be something that is super loud in the mix, just low and creates more sustain and movement. Okay, and to the next sound. Here we have an alternative to the metal rhythm, so you can use it if you want instead, but this is how it sounds. And once again, if you think the gate is too tight, you just lower the threshold just a bit. Or something like that, yeah. And then let's go to the next sound, which is the oddball of the kit. So if you have, a guitar, but you don't have a bass, which you should, and you want to like demo the bass, I made this kind of preset that if you actually just take this one off, you can use it with just your regular bass. And it's more like a distorted bass guitar sound. So let's try it out. Yeah, so basically you just do like it says in the name of the preset, play guitar like bass but only on the lowest string. So I was playing on the low E, which is dropped to D, and you get this kind of, but if you go any higher you can hear the octave kind of sound. But that is not the point. You use only the lowest string and you have about 1 or 2 octaves worth of usable sound. And either use a pick and don't do anything faster than 8 notes, or otherwise it will sound like a guitar. And that's for the presets, and now I'll show you how you can make your own. Click on load and then full reset, and then you double click on the amp. Personally, I like to use only mono amps because it's not with Waves GTR, but with almost all the amps except on the ghetto bass I use dual amps, but usually the result is much better because I like to do the guitars in mono. So if I want to, I can just layer them later. And then you choose what kind of sound you want. So let's go for this kind of sound. Let's see what it does. Okay, so we have kind of funk tone, but let's shape it just a bit. I want a bit more volume and a bit more upper mids, less bass. Let's see how it's now. Yeah, okay. So let's try something else like this one. No, too metal. And let's try another mic position. Okay, so after that we could use, I usually use the gate always because it's not necessary, but I just like it. So then we just set the gate level to so that it opens and doesn't distort the sustain. Okay, so it distorts the sustain at about 30, so let's put the 40-ish. Alright, and I have noticed that the distorted amps don't like kind of distortion pedals, but if you use the overdrive very carefully, it doesn't react the same way as your regular tube screamer would. So you have to be very careful with the drive and level. So let's check it out how it's now. Maybe a slightly too thin. Yeah, it maybe takes a bit too much low end, so just raise the bass. Yeah, okay. I think I can live with that. Then, usually after that, I like to use the Expressor. which is the same as with RX, just to even out the levels just a bit. So let's see. Just a bit less. Okay, so maybe we should save this as save to GTR file, and let's name this preset punk rock rhythm guitar. Alright, so now we have one more extra preset for you, and I will send it your way fairly soon. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this tutorial and hopefully learned something new. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. I make new videos every week. And thank you for watching and make good music.